you wanna have fun? Fool around with someone. 'Cause don't you wanna have fun? Don't you wanna have some fun?
Yeah, these babies said that they don't got a future like it burns. So give him something worse to kill his head with, make him forget somehow. Might be that another day she would have wished he stayed, but they're done. Sorry's won't be enough this time. Yeah, he's calling all his friends to get some action and distract him right now. He's fine, got Lucy on the line, let's get this started. Where's the party tonight? I feel good, nothing weighs me down. I can't believe my luck right now. Red eyes while he said, don't you wanna have fun? Fool around with someone. Don't you wanna have fun? Never mind my dumb heart, it needs a little kickstart. 'Cause don't you wanna have fun? Don't you wanna have some fun?
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. We are just getting back from a week-long vacation, and within hours our house is already trashed. We are all exhausted, but the house is a mess and I have tons of unpacking to do. So even if you're feeling super unmotivated like I was, hopefully this video just gives you some motivation to get it done and get it over with. When I first started, I was like, I am not going to do all of this today. We just got back from the airport. I relaxed for a minute and then the house just turned into a mess. But I said, I'm just going to get it done, get it over with. And that way when I wake up in the morning, it'll be nice and clean. Off in just the main areas, and over this day and the next day, I finally got the house feeling spotless. Well, to an extent, but hopefully this video gives you tons of motivation when you are just not feeling like getting up and getting off the couch like I was, and you can clean along with me, or if you just want to watch me do all the dirty work, then that's okay too. I'm also going to be trying out a new cleaner version of a cleaning product in the kitchen and bathroom, so I'll give you a review on that as well. But let's get started here in the living room first.
Never mind my dumb heart, it needs a little kickstart. 'Cause don't you wanna have fun? Don't you wanna have some fun? Don't you wanna have some fun?
So as I mentioned before, we were gone for about a week. We went to Disney World, which is one of my favorite places, and we had someone come and watch our dog. So we do have an 11-year-old lab, and we have all of the cushions laid out because she's not allowed on the couch, but she must have slept on the couch like the whole time we were gone because our couch is filthy. I actually need to take all the cushions off and wash the couch, but for now I just vacuumed it because taking the cushions off and washing them is kind of a long process, and I like to do that at night where no one is going to be on the couch. So for now, I'm just vacuuming up all of the dog hair. All of my friends on here with pets who jump on the couch when they're not supposed to, do you guys have any tips, or what do you do to help train your pets not to get on the couch? She used to never do it, and now she does it a lot more often. I don't know if it's because of age or maybe she was just lonely, but she does it when we're home too. So if you guys have any tips on that, then let me know. And here I had bought a bunch of these containers for cereal when I reorganized my pantry, and that's the second one that I broke, and I can't decide if I'm just going to glue it back together or just throw it away. So I had originally bought 5 and now I'm down to 3.
When to begin? 'Cause every time we leave I'm longing back to the place where the lights go down. Just you and I leaving.
So here I'm going to start unpacking and putting some things in the laundry. These are actually all of my dirty clothes. I had recently reorganized a lot of our drawers to using the KonMari method when folding, and whenever I packed our suitcases, I decided to just go ahead and use the KonMari method as well, the way that it's folded and packed into the suitcase. And I had originally packed it on the other side, so all of my clean clothes are on the side that I'm unloading now. And then once I wore them on vacation, then I just moved it to the other side, so that way I know what is still clean is going to stay on that side, and then whatever needs to go in the dirty clothes, I just unpack and put straight into the dirty hamper. I did the same thing here with the girls' clothes. While we're actually on vacation, we kind of just throw all of our clothes in a dirty clothes pile like we would if we were at home, and then I just went through it and packed it all back in the bag. And here I'm going through everything that is clean and putting it back. Sometimes I just unload everything and just put everything in the dirty clothes, whether we wore it or not. But in this case, I knew exactly what wasn't used was on the other side of the suitcase, so that way I'm only washing the dirty clothes. And honestly, I'm usually not that organized with packing up dirty clothes, but I decided to try it out this time to see how much easier the unpacking process would be. So this is kind of a funny story. Our laundry room is a complete mess. I am going through all the laundry and I noticed that there is like dog hair all behind our hampers and that it needs to be vacuumed so bad. So I am exhausted this day because we just got back. So I'm like, I'm going to focus on the laundry today, and then tomorrow morning I'm going to unload all of the laundry room and vacuum everything and film it, and it's gross and disgusting, and I'm going to get it all on camera. So I wake up the next morning and everything is already vacuumed. And I text my husband, Chris, and I'm like, hey, did you clean the laundry room? And he's like, yeah, it was so disgusting. And I said, I was going to do it and I was going to film it. And he was like, that's honestly so embarrassing, Michelle. I don't want you to film that. And I was like, yeah, it's embarrassing, but I'm sure we're not the only people who have dirty houses. So leave me a comment below. Is your house always spot-free clean, or do you have areas where it's really embarrassingly dirty?
You're pretty easy to like when your body is closer to mine.
So my kitchen counters are a complete mess, but one thing that I did do was kind of go through our refrigerator. And last time that I dumped a bunch of stuff down the drain, I think people were concerned. So I'm just going to clarify that this is all bad food. Like, we were out of town for over a week, as I mentioned before, and I didn't throw away all of the stuff beforehand. So this is all old and expired, and there's mildew in some of it. So instead of just throwing it down the sink like I did last time, we used to actually have a compost where we dumped out old food into our flower beds. So Chris, who is my husband, actually does landscaping and yard work on the side. He enjoys it. That's why our grass is so kept up and so green. And we used to have an old compost in our old house, and actually last year we had dumped a bunch of pumpkin seeds out, and we actually grew pumpkins in our flower bed just from throwing away old food. We've also grown cucumbers by accident. I think we've also grown cantaloupe by accident just by throwing like cantaloupe seeds in the backyard. So this time, opposed to just throwing it down the drain and wasting it, even though it is bad food, we just threw it in the backyard as a compost.
Let's keep it
These containers that I'm washing here, I usually put fruit in them and use them in the refrigerator, but make sure that if you do have them that you hand wash them, because the lids, if you put them in the dishwasher, then they will shrink or do whatever, and then the lids won't fit on properly. So I know to make sure to hand wash all of those containers.
I'll be right there. Turn around, let it rain. Turn around and let it rain on me. Don't you be afraid, just follow me. You don't need no space, just follow me. Like a mirror you reflect me, like a Friday night on the weekend. I feel blessed and free. I just don't want this moment to end. But now you say you gotta go, baby, why you gotta go? Like a mirror you reflect me. I just don't want this moment to end.
So here is just a perfect example of how junk drawers get loaded with junk. I have all of this stuff on the counter, and it's not like throwaway stuff, but it's not stuff that I'd probably use right away. So I'm just like, where should I put all this stuff? And then I end up just throwing it all in a drawer, even though I just organized a lot of my junk drawers. Does anyone else have that problem? This is a lot of stuff that I brought with me in my little backpack. I have, if you just noticed, the Arbonne Fizz. Those are little fizz packs that help give you energy. So if I have like a cup of coffee in the morning, then I will use one of the energy fizzes, which you just mix with water to help give me energy to either right before I work out or if I'm about to clean. I got started with Arbonne through their wellness line and have since started using their facial cleanser line as well as the makeup line. Next week, I'm about to start their 30 Days to Healthy Living Challenge to help kind of de-bloat. I'm going to be doing a modified version, and I'll probably be sharing more of that on my Instagram if you're interested, which is Michelle Mybell 711. I'll also send the link down below if you're interested. So here is a new product that I'm trying out. It is called Branch Basics, and I just bought a sample of the all-purpose surface cleaner as well as the Oxygen Power Boost powder. I follow this group on Facebook, and someone just asked what was the best and most recommended house cleaner that they use for everyday cleaning, and that post had like 70 replies on it. So I was like, I'm going to check this out. Let me see what people actually recommend. So I was reading through the comments, and someone had posted about how toxic household cleaners, and I'm actually going to find that link and I'll post it below. And I just thought it was interesting. They said that if you clean your house with toxic chemicals, it is the equivalent on your lungs as smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. If you are cleaning your house weekly, which I do. So I just thought that was really interesting and kind of scary. So one of the most recommended products was this Branch Basics, which I had never heard of before, but it is non-toxic chemicals. And so I started looking into it, and this is the sample that I bought. So I'm actually cleaning my whole house with this Branch Basics to see how well it compares to some of the other products that I'd been using. And then the second most recommended product that was non-toxic on that post was the Thrives Cleaner, which I think is a Young Living product that they sell. But I do plan on eventually trying those products as well. If you've been watching me for a while, you'll know that I'm not 100% on non-toxic, but I do have a goal to go at least 80% non-toxic chemicals. Especially after reading that article, it was a little bit more alarming. If you have a favorite non-toxic cleaner that you absolutely live by, then leave me a comment below. I also know a lot of people recommend using vinegar, so I'll be trying that out as well too.
Just wanna get to know you, so would you let me get to know you, boy? Would you let me get to know you, boy? Would you let me get to know you, boy? Would you let me get to know you, boy?
Now I'm going to finish cleaning up our bedroom and put away everything that was not clothes or laundry back where it belongs. I have a ton of Disney ears. If you're a Disney fanatic, then you know what I'm talking about. I feel like you either love Disney and you're just a Disney fanatic like me, or you're like, the lines are too long and it's hot. So leave me a comment below. If you are a Disney fanatic, then let me know. I used to watch all of the Disney movies growing up, and I really wasn't like a Disney World fanatic until after we had kids. We are actually really big cruise people, so shout out to everyone who also misses cruises. But right after we had Sailor, who is 3.5 now, we wanted to go. We love to travel, and I really wanted to go somewhere. And I had a coworker always go to Disney, and I thought that that was weird. I don't know why. I just thought it was strange that she always went to Disney. And she kind of just explained to me all the things you can do, how it's so much fun for adults, how you can go at any age, because I didn't want to go like sit on the beach somewhere with a baby and just not fit in. And I know you can do all that. That's just how I felt at the time. So I started looking into going to Disney and maybe doing a Disney cruise. So when Sailor was 10 months old, we decided to go ahead and book a trip to Magic Kingdom, as well as I think it was a 3 or 4 day cruise. And I had so many people tell me, your child's not going to remember it. She's not going to remember it. Why are you going somewhere? Why are you going to Disney? And I was like, well, she might not remember it, but I definitely will. And I just want to go somewhere where they accept kids and it's okay if they scream and cry. So we booked our first trip. We went when she was 10 months old, and we have been back every year since, because honestly, to me, it is magical and I just love the whole experience. If you watched one of my previous videos, you'll know that I just got this Tineco vacuum mop. So I am using it here. I am absolutely loving it because it is a mop and vacuum in one. So since we were gone all week and our dog was here all week, our floors were just full of dog hair. And you'll definitely see that when I empty out the canisters. But this Tineco mop vacuum is really helpful, especially since I have a lot of hardwood floors and tile. It just cuts the time in half. So before, I used to have to vacuum it up with my Dyson and then go back around and mop it. I think I had a shark mop and a steam mop, but here I just do it and get it over with all in one. I'm mopping up this area and I'm like, man, it's not working as good as it used to because it's not getting the floor all wet. And then I, move the camera, put it down here, and I'm trying to mop it up and it's just flashing at me. Everything is full. The canister's empty. The whole tube is full. And I'm like, okay, that's probably why. It must have been really dirty this time, because usually with one canister full, I can get the whole downstairs vacuumed, but this time it only did like half of the downstairs. So you can see how full it is. It's probably all that dog hair in there that caused it to get full so fast. So I'm actually going to empty it out and then refill the tray and finish mopping up the rest of the floor. For some reason, for me, I like it when it's really dirty. I know that it's gross and everything, but if it was all clean and all the water was clean or just like slightly dirty, I would feel like I wasted my time. Like, why am I cleaning my floor that's already clean? But when it's really dirty, I'm like, okay, yeah, I like that, because I feel like I didn't waste my time. I don't know, maybe that's weird, but that's just what I think. So last time I showed this, I totally emptied everything out before I figured out how to use the self-clean. So here I'm going to finally use the self-clean. So I put it back on the charger, and there's a little button on top, and I clicked it. So now this is spinning because it's trying to clean out the canister. And of course the canister, the top part of the canister has to have more solution and fluid in it, and it didn't. So I had to go fill that back up with water. And then now I click self-clean again, and now it's supposed to shoot up and all of that hair is supposed to fall into that dirty canister, and that way you can just empty it. But I probably messed it up again, and I'm just going to clean it out. But hopefully what I just said made sense. If not, I will be using this a lot. So eventually I will figure out the self-clean and get it right. So it feels so good to have everything picked up and cleaned and laundry going right after coming home. I think it's probably like 10 or 11 o'clock at night right now, but I still have a lot of cleaning to get done the next day. So it is the next day, and my main focus now is to work on the master bathroom, bathtub, and shower, and also the countertops and mirrors and the toilet. So basically the whole bathroom. So our grout in our shower is pretty bad. This is another area that I don't clean that often. I think just because I don't like doing it, so I just avoid it. And then when it comes down to it, it gets really bad. But for some reason, and let me know if y'all does this, the grout or the ends of the bathtub, they turn like a pinkish color. And we have a water softener, but I don't know exactly what causes that like pink redness. So if you know, then leave me a comment below. So to clean out, so for the whole bathroom, I'm going to use the Branch Basics, but this is the Branch Basics Oxygen Boost. So this was additional. I think this powder was $10. So with the all-purpose cleaner, what you're supposed to do is spray the all-purpose cleaner and then you coat it with the Oxygen Boost. You can use that Oxygen Boost in laundry as well and a couple other places, but it's supposed to like make it extra clean. So I put it all in the bathtub and sprinkled it with the Oxygen Boost, and now I'm just going to let it sit for like 5 to 10 minutes. So here is how dirty it gets underneath that bath rack. I think there's a little bit of rust under there, as well as it just needing a deep clean.
I know it's been a while since I held you in my arms. And I wasn't ready yet to learn how to live without you.
So just like I did in the shower, I sprayed everything with the multi-purpose cleaner, and now I'm just going around and sprinkling the powder all over the bathtub. When I look at this, this reminds me of like putting poison on an ant pile. I don't know why I think of that, but that's just what it looks like to me. So it's supposed to like oxidize and make everything extra clean, and you're supposed to let it sit for a little while. So I think I let this sit for about 20 minutes before going back and scrubbing it. As I mentioned before, we just got back from Disney World. If you follow me on Instagram, then you probably saw a ton of Disney spam. I had actually vlogged a Disney vlog last year when I first started to do YouTube. I kind of wanted to do like travel vlogs and stuff like that, but I realized that that just wasn't going to be possible because I can't travel weekly and create new travel vlogs every week. So I actually didn't start off my YouTube channel as a cleaning channel. And if you would have asked me last August when I first started my YouTube channel, I would have never thought that I would say I clean my house on YouTube as a hobby. And to be completely honest, I didn't even watch cleaning channels on YouTube either. I didn't even know they really existed. I did watch a lot of mom YouTubers, especially when I was pregnant. That's how I kind of got started watching YouTube and following some mom tips and things like that. And I saw that a lot of moms and other people were relating to doing cleaning videos. So I decided to try it out, and I did my very first cleaning video. It was more like a cleaning, decorating video because I do like decorating and I don't like cleaning. So I posted it in the fall and I was so terrified. But the actual making of it was a lot of fun because I could put in cool music behind it, and it really was like upbeat and motivating. So I remember trying to piece it all together, and I put it together and I showed Chris, my husband, and I was like, look at all this work I did. See how hard it is to maintain a household with kids or even without kids. It's just a lot of work, and you don't really see it until you look back on it. Even when I'm editing videos, I'm like, oh, I'm so glad that I'm already finished and done doing all of that work. So last year it went from me and my husband fighting over who's going to clean what or who doesn't do as much, to having to pay for a maid and who's going to pay for that, and it's getting too expensive, to me just doing it and turning it into a hobby. And do I still like the actual aspect of cleaning? Not really, but I do like what I can create from it and looking back and seeing everything that I've accomplished. So I'm actually curious to know, why do you guys watch cleaning videos, or what do you get out of the cleaning video? Does it really motivate you? Does it really get some ideas going? What do you like most about cleaning videos, and why do you watch them? So leave me a comment below. I really, really want to know. That way I can be more helpful in the future. Also, I think that it's helpful if there's something that you just absolutely do not like doing. It's definitely not something that is fun to do. Maybe it's like working out, or maybe it's cleaning. Then just turn it into something motivating. Turn it into a hobby. I know when I work out, I either will listen to something motivating, or I'll watch YouTube channels if I'm on the treadmill because it's super distracting, or if I'm cleaning, I'll turn the music up, I'll listen to something motivating, a podcast, or I'll have my helpers help me. So just turning that into something that is motivating, even if what you're doing is something that you actually dread doing.
I'm just afraid of being alone. Well, I don't care, 'cause right now I feel the love that we said we would burn. Oh, I know that you feel it too. I know that I told you we're over. I swear that I'm sober. Just listen, I miss you.
This little caddy thing I got from Target, and I just put all of the girls' bath stuff in there. I eventually plan to put it underneath the cabinets whenever I get to cleaning out my bathroom cabinets and organizing everything. That'll be another project on another day. But for now, it's just going to go in that little caddy.
We'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Stay till the morning light. Or would you follow me? Or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the morning? Would you stay till the morning light? Or would you follow me? Or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the morning?
So the bath mat and the bath stand, the stuff that holds all of your bath stuff, I'm not really sure what that's called, just a stand or a shelf or something, I decided to take outside and just hose off because it was kind of all rusted. I honestly need a new one, but I didn't have one at the time, so I just said that I would just clean the ones that I have. And I did this all in the grass, and whenever I brought it back in, it had grass stuck all in it. So next time I'll just make sure to do it on the concrete itself. For some reason it was like cold and a little bit rainy outside, so I was just trying to go as fast as I could so that I could get back inside.
I don't know your name, and I don't feel no shame. I want you close to me, just your company.
But I was able to scrub off some of the soap and hose it down and clean it.
I'm just here for the night. I want you by my side in the late, late night with the city lights. Keep you safe and sound, always stick around and hold you close to me. Keep your company in the late, late.
now that the Branch Basics cleaner and that oxygen boost has set, it's probably been about 20 minutes at this point. I'm just going in and just scrubbing everything down. Savannah, who is almost 2, is outside of the shower. I had to lock her out because she kept running in the shower. She wanted to help me, but she kept slipping, and I kind of kept slipping too. So that's another thing that I do like, that these products are non-toxic and non-harmful. So I had to lock her out, and she is just dying to get in.
In the late, late night, only you and I. All we got is time staying inside and hold you close to me.
So this stuff is doing a pretty good job. I just went in and scrubbed everything down as best as I could, and then I ended up letting it sit for like 10 or 20 more minutes just to make sure that it all soaks in, and then I'll come back and rinse everything out and see the final result. Now I am going into our guest bathroom. I'm just going to pick up a little bit in here and clean the mirrors, the counters, and the toilets. From when I had used the Tineco mop vacuum yesterday, I had rinsed out the container in the sink, and I didn't know that all the dog hair that came out of that container was stuck in the drain. So next time I will try to either do it maybe in the bathtub, but that might get stuck in the drain too. So I'll have to figure out a way to make sure that next time when I rinse out everything, especially if there's a ton of dog hair like there was before, that it doesn't get all stuck in the sink.
Who knows what you think about me? And I know I shouldn't care. I really tried my best, but I can't make you happy. And I can't stop time for you.
Now I moved on to our upstairs bathroom. This bathroom does not get used very much at all. So there's a ring around the toilet, which absolutely annoys me so bad, but that's my fault because I need to clean it a little bit more. So I am just cleaning out everything, and then I'm going to scrub that annoying toilet ring out of this toilet.
I can't stop time for you.
Now I'm going back into the shower and finally rinsing everything out.
I can't stop time for you. I've played my part for nothing.
I don't know why, but cleaning and scrubbing out the shower, this shower especially, is my least favorite thing to do, which is probably why it doesn't get done as often as it should or needs to.
I don't know why we couldn't work this out, because you know I tried the best I could. The best I could.
This little shelf had some rust stains on it, probably from a bobby pin or something, but it seemed to have gotten it out pretty good.
I don't wanna be with somebody who's never gonna be around for me. I'm running out of energy, I realize you'll never be the one for me.
So here I'm finishing up rinsing everything out, and I had to lock Savannah and the camera out of the shower just so that I can finish up. And I think that the cleaner did a fairly decent job. Now, is all of the grout back to its original color? No, there are still a couple more things I'm going to try, but I think that it did a really good job for being non-toxic, no chemicals, and it smells really nice and clean, which is actually a really big deal for me, because whenever you shower after you clean it, you don't want to inhale like a bunch of fumes and get a headache from all the fumes. So this actually made it really nice.
I can't stop time for you. I can't stop time for you. got time for you.
Now that we are both soaking wet after that and the floor is soaking wet, I'm just using those towels as a mop. Does anyone else do that?
Get 'em away, get 'em away.
And the last thing that I am going to do before just relaxing for the weekend is cleaning the mirror.
I've been pushing away.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I am going to end the video here, and I just want you to know that I truly appreciate all of your tips and your help and your sweet, sweet comments. They just mean the world to me. If you are not already subscribed and you did enjoy this video, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you don't miss any of my videos. Thanks again, and I'll see you in my next video.
But I'm not even close.
Oh no, what happened to the watermelon?
I buried it. Good compost.
Is it? It's a van.